our series of interviews regarding the implementation of monitoring programs is coming to an end. Our last interviewee is somebody with a different role outside of academia. It is with pleasure that I introduce you to Dr. Victoria Poppleton. She is responsible for the Marine and Coastal Non-Indigenous and Invasive Species Work Program at the National Biodiversity Data Center in Ireland. Victoria, what is the function of the National Biodiversity Data Center with respect to alien species monitoring?
The National Biodiversity Data Center acts as a central repository for all Ireland's biodiversity data. So that's monitoring data, research data, and citizen science data. So part of my job is to make sure the flow of data goes in there. I don't do any monitoring specifically myself, but part of the management plan development is to look at our monitoring protocol, assess gaps, and prioritise the gaps with our steering committee.
And who is executing the monitoring for Descriptor 2 of the Marine Strategy Framework Directive in your country?
So we have a Marine Strategy Framework Directive unit that falls within the Department of Climate, Energy and the Environment, and they are supported by various agencies across Ireland in terms of monitoring and data. So we have our Seafood Development Agency, Bord Lashnamara, and they coordinate aquaculture surveys. That happens every 3 years across all aquaculture sites. We also have the rapid assessments in marinas. They're supported by the National Parks and Wildlife Service. There isn't a fixed schedule for those at the moment, but they were carried out in 2021 and again this year in 2025. Those are our targeted marine invasive species monitoring programs, but we do have lots of other statutory programs that fall under the Water Framework Directive and various other directives that incidentally pick up marine invasive species. So we have a rocky shore macroalgae survey, a salt marsh survey. We have a crayfish plague surveillance program that is an eDNA monitoring program that all those samples get tested for the Chinese mitten crab as well. We have various citizen science projects. We have one called Explore Your Shore. That's actually run by the National Biodiversity Data Center, and it has 4 separate programs within it, and that will also pick up some marine invasive species monitoring.
It is very interesting what you just described. Can you please also describe what's the procedure of data flow of alien species monitoring programs to the national authority in Ireland?
All of the data from all the monitoring research and citizen science should flow into the National Biodiversity Data Center and out to the Marine Strategy Framework Directive unit for assessment. And part of my role as the Marine Invasive Species Officer is to develop a data flow protocol to make sure that nothing gets missed.
Thank you, Victoria, for being with us and sharing a different reality for the monitoring of alien species under the Marine Strategy Framework Directive. With this, our mini-series of interviews has come to an end, so I take the opportunity to thank our experts for the enriching conversations. Keep following GuardIAS and the MOOCs to learn more about aquatic invasive alien species and their management. See you